Yeah, no, not defensive selection.
Track the path of the ball, and then Huss will give us an indication about what's different with the bats. Whether this all works or not, I don't know, but we've got the bats over here. Robbie's signalling over here. So we've got some bats we can use, some bats we can't use. So I've got my sheet of here of what all the bats are. All right, come over to my table. Here we go.
Your table.
So this is the first bat. So this is J. Wisden and Co. made in London. Wooden bat, twine handle. You see it well, Gav. It's made in 1902, this one. So you just have a feel of that one, Huss. It's got signatures on the back by Trumper, Sid Gregory, etc. There's the signature on the back. So what's your general thoughts when you see that? So this bat is 120 years old.
It's obviously had a fair bit of oil sort of put on it over the years. So it definitely a right-hander would have used it. See how it's sort of curled a bit here at the bottom? So the right-hander would have tapped that.
Don't touch it on the ground, Huss.
Can we not use this one?
No, you can't use, and you're not meant to touch the handle. Maybe just touch the blade of that one. No, we can't use the handle of that one.
It's pretty thin.
Bit of linseed oil there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the 1902.
Put it down.
Now this one, you need to come and see this one. So this is a Sykes bat. Now Sykes apparently made the bats for Don Bradman. So this was from the 1930s, and when they approached Bradman, from all reports about this bat, they put his name on there to try and get him on board. He loved the bat, but he didn't like the fact his name was on it, so they took the name off when he started using the bat. So it's signed, and look on the back. Now there's Don some history for you. Hold it up to the camera there, June. So that has got the great Don Bradman's signature on it. Don't drop that one. So it's unsure whether he used this in a match or not. So what's your general feeling about that bat?
A bit of a bow in it, actually, Huss. Yeah, no, not a favourite of mine, but back in those days, it's probably not too bad.
The grain's nice and straight. You can see the grain running straight
between about 8 and 12 grains, don't you?
Yeah, that's what you sort of want. So the grain hasn't changed too much over the years, so that's pretty good, but pretty thin.
A little bit of a bow.
Not too bad. Pretty good shape.
What about the history you're holding in your hands, though?
Very light.
Very light.
Bradman used a very light.
Now, just put it down and be careful.
Can I whack a couple with that one?
No, you can't.
Have a hit with that one.
No,
I want to keep this one.
You can't use that. Now, this one, you can't touch the handle in all seriousness. So this is Peter Philpott autograph.
Philpott?
Yeah, so the
Ray Nichols.
Yeah, so it's, have a look at this. You can touch this one, but don't touch the handle. So this is from 1963. It's signed on the back by the South Africa and New South Wales team. I love about it, it says here on the back, care of bats. Use the cricket bat oil, apply sparingly once a month. But have a look at the grey nickels here. Look at this, Junior, the little logo and stuff.
Logo, yeah.
So that's a cracker.
Can't touch the handle.
Can't touch the handle of that one.
What's going to happen if we do?
Trouble.
Okay. Okay, trouble.
Yeah, that's a nice bat. I don't want to touch too much that one.
Yeah.
Now this one, you can touch the handle of this. Remember when they used to talk? Well, they used to talk about Clive Lloyd, the man from Guyana, used to have extra grips. Have a look at the width. Now, give yourself. That's Clive Lloyd's bat. So that is Clive Lloyd's Grey Nichols scoop. Have a look at that. So that was used in Australia in the 1970s. So tell us about the legend of the handle and the grips that he used to do.
The grip is so thick. I feel like I should be out in a rowboat, rowing with this. But there's the single scoop. So beautiful signature Grey Nichols back in the day on the front, Clive Lloyd.
Look, get them to show you how thick it is round the handle there.
Yeah,
it's
very thick.
He must have had big hands, big Clive.
To that.
Good, June.
Wow, I had big mitts on him, Clive.
I think the really thick handle, that obviously you had big hands, but also it's to help with the pickup of the bat. If you have a big thick handle, it means there's more weight up the top.
Yep.
Theoretically, the bat should pick up a little bit lighter because he used pretty heavy bats. But also the scoop, I think they took out a bit of the wood, again, to try and make it a little bit lighter so the bat would pick up a little bit nicer. But
can't use that either.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
I can hardly get my hands around it.
There's that.
I've got no feel for that bat there.
Put that one down.
That's too heavy anyway.
This was used, this bat. The batter was obviously looking for a sponsor. Apparently it's a Grey Nichols, but it was used in the centenary test by this man right here. We go to the commentary box. Kerry, this is your bat from the centenary test. Tell us about this bat, and were you looking for a bat sponsor?
I was. 46 years that bat's been alive, and I'm still without a sponsor. Apparently somebody said, if you can hit one off the square skull, we will use a sticker. So this is you walking out with that bat at the top, Kerry? Yes. And, look at that. Through the slips. It's the strongest I could hit
Nicely guided.
My wagon wheel was all behind the wicket.
Now, Kerry,
and the running between the wickets was... Not as good either.
I have a question for you, Kerry. We haven't been able to use any of the other bats. Can we use this as the first test dummy? Can we use your bat?
It's an absolute cannon, boys.
Okay.
Cannon.
Yeah, it's a cannon. That strapping there, that's not because
Very
I hit
low
him in the
down.
middle. I just put that on so that bowlers thought I'd been middling a few.
Paying a few cherries.
Skull, we appreciate it. Right, this is the first one we're going to use.
We can use this one.
Now, what we need to do, we're going to attempt to use the Fox technology to get an indication of what Huss is doing with these different bats. So, Jacko, we need the balls. Huss, you need to come over here.
All right, I need to take the jacket off.
Assume the batting position.
Gee, the pitch looks a little bit rough here, Howie.
So, which way are you hitting?
So Huss is hitting out that way where there's no children on the ground. Now, June, to make the technology work, you have to be at least half the pitch away.
Hang on, Howie, I can't hit it. The South Africans are doing some fitness work out there. I'll try and aim straight.
You won't hit it that far, Huss. You'll be
Mate,
fine.
So I've got to remember I'm hitting into a massive gale here too.
Can I have a practice
Massive
try?
gale.
So what we'll do, the way we're going to set this up so you understand what's happening, it'll take about 20 seconds for the technology to kick in. So we'll have a chat about the bat, and you tell us when you felt you've timed one,
Okay.
and that's the one we'll use.
All right.
All right, so
Huss,
this is
where
the
would you
centenary test bat.
Where would you like it? What
Just
sort of height?
anywhere around here is
All right.
fine.
Okay.
So there we go.
We ready?
We're ready to go.
Huss.
Watch your head, Junior.
Oh, Huss!
Yeah, count that one.
Count that one. All right, bring the monitor over here, boys, so we can have a look at it.
That is good.
What do you come down here, Jude?
All right, that looked
What are your
good.
thoughts? We're doing the analysis. So right out of the middle.
Oh, no, I think I got it up a little bit high, maybe up around here somewhere. Just jarred in my hands
I
a little
thought
bit.
that was all right.
It didn't go as far as what I was kind of hoping, but yeah, it
can we-
didn't sound too bad.
This is skulls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get Colin Munro or Chris Lynn to use my bat? Instead of
That's
this,
the furthest it's
this
ever hit the ball,
absolute plotter.
So how did it feel to use?
It felt a little bit jarry in the hands, I must admit.
Come on.
But it's a nicely weighted bat, Skull, I must admit. Maybe if I got it a little bit lower, it would have gone a bit further, but pretty good, pretty good.
And you're definitely hitting with the breeze as well. So
Into the breeze.
Swirling, actually.
We'll get an indication. So this is the centenary test bat that Kerry used.
Yeah.
We'll get the technology up. While we're waiting for the technology, I'm going to go and grab the other bat. You guys stay here.
It's gone about 40 metres, 50.
Probably. Into the wind, though, remember?
Yeah, into the wind.
Right, so the technology is kicking it up. You hold that one there, Huss. This is the next bat we're going to use.
Am I allowed to use this one?
All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. We'll have a look on the monitor here. Just get
Can't
that
use
flat
this one.
down.
It's got all the autographs on it.
There you go. So yours went 53 metres with Kerry's bat.
Okay.
That's all right.
A yes or a no for you with that bat?
What, as in...
Yeah, do you like it?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't too bad, but I'm
don't wanna
hoping
be-
that the newer bats are going to go a little bit further.
Okay. Thank you, Kerry. Now we move on to the Grey Nichols. Queensland and Australia Greg Chappell edition. So this is an early 1980s bat.
This is not going to go anywhere, I can assure
It's
you.
got a lot of autographs on there.
Look how thin it is.
But so this is the early 1980s. All right, Huss,
I
let's
hope
have a
the
go with
throw's
this
as
one.
good as it was
this
last
is not
time.
going anywhere, I don't think.
You're actually hitting into the wind too, I reckon,
Yeah,
Huss.
the wind's
I
swung
told
around
you,
now.
I told you
Okay.
how.
Huss, you ready?
The early 1980s.
Oh, no, didn't get that one.
Didn't get it. Okay.
Come on, let's go again.
Go again, Jacko.
Sorry, it's a bit low, the throw. Sorry,
all right.
Huss.
Oh, that's it.
That has gone nowhere.
That'll do. In we come,
On
June.
about 25, 30 metres, I reckon.
All right, let's get a good look at the bat. What are your thoughts on that one, Huss?
It's really, it feels like a twig, if I'm being honest. It's really light. It's sort of pretty plain bat. I think I got that right up here somewhere. Didn't even get it. Probably hit it about here, so it should have gone a bit further than what it did. But it's just feels like there's no weight behind that at all.
Nah. Move that one on.
I think we can get rid of this one. Although,
Yeah.
a
Good
couple
for
of
an
good
autograph.
autographs on there.
Steve Waugh,
Waugh.
Shane Warne,
You're there, Mark Waugh.
Ian Healy, John... Who's that? John Dyson?
John Dyson.
Jeff
All right.
Lawson? Doug Wallace.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're getting that
let's
one.
get
Okay, now this is the next one. We'll get the technology on that one in a moment.
This feels a little bit better.
But this is the next one we're using. Okay, so this is the first of the scoops made famous by Greg Chappell in the 70s and 80s. What's it say on the back here, Huss? A non-oil bat? What's it say about the bat here?
Yeah, non-oil bat.
Polyarmour, is it?
Covered
Or
with polycoated
polycoated?
bats. Slowly knock in using a cricket ball or a mallet. Remember the old
Okay.
mallets? This actually feels like it's got a bit more weight behind it.
All right, let's have a look at the original GN. This is the GN 100. Or just a 40 metre. And didn't feel so good.
No, that didn't feel too good at all.
Okay, so
Jarred in the
we're
hands
not
as
happy
well.
with the initial Grey Nichols, but now we've got the famed